Welcome back to the Two Man Advantage podcast. I'm your host, Darrin Carlo, along with Mr. Nick Deziel. Join me here. We're talking Toronto Maple Leafs hockey, and how about those Leafs? Winners of the past three. Turn on your mic there, Nick.
Hello.
There you go.
How you doing? Nice to hear you.
You know, let's rule number one: turn on your mic.
It's not like I went to journalism school or anything.
That's right. Maple Leafs.
Wow.
Looked pretty good. They beat the Blackhawks.
So they
3-2.
do have an NHL hockey team in Toronto.
They do have life of an NHL hockey team, which is kind of hard to see over the past couple weeks, but they have been really stepping up. Both goalies have been really
Rhyme time.
Exactly.
Is he going to change how they do things there in Toronto? Or?
Well, it depends on who gets to start. Both him and Bernier look good.
Can you play the game still? Can you go back and forth between the two?
Oh, absolutely. I say that right now it is good to have two good quality goaltenders here.
Good to have quality goaltending in general.
Period. It's good to have one. We have two.
Oh, two.
So, yeah, two is better than one last I heard.
Nice.
So now they start a little West Coast road trip. They go to Arizona, take on the Arizona Coyotes.
I hate that.
I think that sounds better than
That's
Phoenix.
stupid.
What?
Well, just because the other day I was like, Arizona. And it's like, oh, Phoenix? Like, I don't get it. Just like in
Phoenix
football.
is in Arizona.
Football, they did the same thing back in the 90s, didn't they? Didn't it used to be Phoenix? And, well, the Phoenix used to be the Phoenix Cardinals, and it was the Arizona Cardinals.
That's right.
Back in the 90s. You know, just go with Arizona from the get-go. Don't confuse us. Anyway, yes, the Maple Leafs, who are
don't call them Coyotes anyways.
Yeah.
Just desert dogs or whatever you want to call them.
I can't believe they have a team there. But that's a whole different topic for a whole other day.
You can say that for a rant if you want.
All right. Yeah, we can do that, I guess. Yes, the Maple Leafs playing, I don't want to say good hockey because they're playing better hockey.
Playing better quality hockey.
That's what I asked for as a Maple Leafs fan. The other day, I had a family get together, and of course, multiple people in my family are Maple Leaf fans, and we sat down and we watched the Chicago game from start to finish.
All right.
And it was one of those, they hung with Chicago. Mm-hmm. They were there. They were on the puck. They played good defensively. They had good goaltending, very good goaltending from James Reimer. I think he made 45 saves, but that's another thing that concerns me. How many times can Leaf goaltenders make 40, 45, 50 saves and bail their asses out? But the last 6 minutes of that game was dominated in the Maple Leaf zone. It was like a dam that was waiting to break, and every Leaf fan was sitting there going, I've seen this before. Yep, here we go. They're going to score. So when I don't have that feeling anymore, maybe I'll say they're a good team, but at least they got the W at home where they don't win very often. Ask the Maple Leaf fans who throw the jerseys all over the ice. We've hit on that. But do they continue to win? Do they go out west and win? Show me.
Exactly.
You know, you're in a good spot now. You give yourself some breathing room, or maybe you got your head above water, so you're
above 500.
Gasping for air right now. If you go out on the road out west and you prove some Maple Leaf fans wrong and saying that, hey, you know this team sucks and we're going to throw our jersey on the ice. Well, you know what? If you start winning, they won't throw the jersey on the ice, and this is a good place to start. So
absolutely. And to bring up the point that you said about giving up all those shots against the Blackhawks, you are playing the Blackhawks, who are offensively challenged in everything. They have Brad Richards, for $1 million on the third line. Third line, Brad Richards. Can you imagine that? If we had that problem? No, but you're going to run into those high-powered offense teams. I just don't think
it was Chicago, though. It's multiple teams, multiple nights. Like it happens over and over and over again. They get outshot. They get outworked. They didn't get outworked, but they got outshot again. And I think that they have to tighten that up a little bit, or they're never going to beat anybody like Boston to make the playoffs, or they're never going to beat Montreal. And you know what? They're never going to beat the Red Wings either. And that's the team that's closest to them in talent. That I think the Red Wings are going to take care of Toronto because they can play defense and they can, get pucks away from Gustafsson or Howard, whoever's playing in net. And, we just talked about two good goaltenders for the Leafs. Well, so does, the Wings. They have two good goaltenders too. So there's some teams out there in our conference, the Leafs conference, I should say, that have good goaltending and play a better style of game than them. So, like I said, I want them to see them do it on the road this weekend and during this week and say, okay, listen, we're for real. We've got our SHIT together.
Well, there you go, folks. You heard it from Nick Deziel, number one.
Hey, you've heard things about the Lions and the Leafs from me. See, Darrin always lets you know. Here, you heard it from Nick Deziel. Tell your friends. Share the word.
Share the word on Facebook, Twitter.
I don't turn on my mic, by the way. That's the only issue. Yeah.
Hashtag Nick, turn on your mic.
Yeah.
No,
I'm okay with that.
That's all right. We can start that trending. Nick, with the Leafs, including all these young talent, they called up Stuart Percy again, and also
never should have sent him down.
Sam Carrick, another young guy, he
worked hard the other night. He actually
making his name.
I think it was in the first 3 minutes of the game. He was down in Chicago's end with some forecheck and actually caused an interference penalty by Chicago, and it kind of got the ball rolling for the Leafs, and how he kind of brought the energy that the Leafs are looking for. Yeah. We've talked a couple times about the Leafs don't have any identity, they don't have any energy. Where is this team going? Well, role players like that, young kids that are hungry. Ask the Detroit Red Wings how they did it last year. Ask how they got to the playoffs. Maybe they need a couple of these young blue collar kids to come up here and kind of set the tone. But you can't hang your hat on that either, because then the Leafs are in trouble. So
all right, well, Nick Deziel,
what do you think, Darrin?
Oh, I agree with you. I'm like the Ron McLean to your Don Cherry. I just agree with you. We tried to move on to the next subject here, but no, I agree with you though. It's all about the young kids.
If you don't watch yourself, I'll pound you in the head with an elbow pad.
Easy there, tough guy. Or I should call you Komarov, because he looked great on Saturday night. He was delivering hits, and he actually set up that game.
It's what they signed him for.
It's just nothing but just a bruiser, and he will mess you up.
Go out there and earn your money.
That's right. So, no, I like what they're doing. I like where they're going right now. If they consistently put pucks on net, that's all they have to do. Just try it out, shoot, or at least keep it close with the shot differential.
It's just puck possession and keeping everybody to the outside in the defensive zone, not letting them crash or get in, especially if Reimer's in net, because puck, shooting the puck and a net presence is really what seems to bother Reimer. So if they can, clean that up a little bit, but you look at their young defensive core along with, Pylon, Dion Phaneuf. By the way, Halloween costumes, I see some stuff out there, and it just makes you go, oh my God. As a Leafs fan, are you kidding me?
I was like, what? Oh, tell us, what did you see?
I seen somebody dressed up with a pylon on them.
Nice.
And Phaneuf 3 on the back and a big old Maple Leafs crest on the front. And it made me sad.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
That's what I'm talking about. He's not wrong, and it's just reality that I enjoy watching this team, or fan of I don't know what I am. I was born into it. I had no choice.
That's true. We're all waiting for that one day where it all come together.
I'll tell you this on the way out, and we'll wrap it up. The day the Toronto Maple Leafs win the Stanley Cup is the day every hockey fan parties in Toronto.
No, I don't think care every hockey fan, every Leaf fan in the world will party.
I just think people from Boston, Montreal, Detroit, they're coming for the party. Everybody's going to Toronto for the party. It's going to be a party. Listen, just for the party. Who cares? Oh yeah, the Leafs won. Great. Look at the party.
They're going to burn that city down if they ever do win the Stanley Cup.
Anyway, stick with us. We'll be right back with some two-man advantage rants.